In Melbourne is the Maya Fashion Stakes for 2-year-olds over 1,000 metres. Now it's back to Melbourne for the presentation of the hurdle race.
And it's 2-1-11.
Back here at Flemington, we have Graham Kelly here before we go to the presentation with a very important announcement.
Well, it's still yet to be confirmed, Phil, but I understand that John Marshall, who was booked to ride Empire Rose in the Melbourne Cup today, will not be able to ride at today's meeting. A replacement jockey has not yet been found for John Marshall on Empire Rose, but I understand he will not be taking his place in the saddle.
Right, Graham, and Graham will keep you informed through the afternoon on any riding changes that we do have, any further riding changes. And now let's go to the mounting yard for the first presentation of the day for the Breville Cup Hurdle, and we take you to VRC Committee Man, Mr. Keith Southwick.
Your Excellencies, Mr. Premier, ladies and gentlemen, I have a twofold task here today. One is to introduce to you Mr. Bill O'Brien, the Director of Breville Company, which is the sponsor of this much-prized race. And the other is to introduce to you Dick Francis, who in fact is going to make the presentation, who is internationally renowned as a storyteller with a horse having particular emphasis. Sponsorship, as we all know, is the lifeblood of racing, and we're very proud to have the Breville Company once again with us on this, our great Melbourne Cup day. We're also delighted to have with us here Mr. Francis, who is going to make the presentation. My first task then is to call upon Mr. O'Brien to introduce Mr. Francis. Before I do so, though, I would like to take this opportunity of congratulating the owners. As an enthusiastic jumping owner, I know what a great thrill it is to win this great race. Mr. Bill O'Brien, would you come forward to introduce Mr. Dick Francis, please?
Mr. Premier, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, Breville are very proud that Mr. Dick Francis, champion jockey and best-selling author, has agreed today to present the Breville Cup. Mr. Francis needs no introduction to a racing crowd. Suffice to say that with his riding and with his writing, it would be fair to say that he is the world's leading jump racing personality. We are indeed proud to have such an eminent figure to present today the Breville Hurdle Cup. Mr. Francis.
Your Excellencies, Mr. Premier, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honour for me to be here today, and a great pleasure too, and especially with a jumping race. I'm from the jumping side of the game, and it's great fun to see the horses jumping the hurdles. And the winner stood out. Every post was a winning post, and that's the way to win races. So it seems over here anyhow. Some of our tracks, which are up and down, you come from behind. Some of our tracks, I talk about England, but you come better from behind. But these flat tracks, you need to be in front all the way. And this horse shone today, didn't he? And it gives me great pleasure to congratulate the trainer and the jockey, who are both here, and to thank the Breville organisation for sponsoring this. It's great when a company like that puts up money for these sort of races on a day like this, and I'm very happy to take the prize now and present it to the trainer. The owners unfortunately aren't here, but the trainer is going to accept this.
There is the presentation taking place to Rick Hoare-Lacey as we look down towards the Maribyrnong River end of the course, and the crowd swarming in that area at the present time. Well, we have out in the traffic Inspector Ian Stewart of the Victoria Police, and I'm just wondering whether the Inspector can hear me. If you can, Inspector, whereabouts are you?
Yes, I'm down at the main point near the main entrance here in Epsom Road, directing the traffic in.
Inspector, how has traffic been this morning? Has it been heavier than previous years?
Yes, I could say that it certainly has been heavier than years, and it's building up even at this time.
Have you had any problems at all?
No problems. The main problem being that in Racecourse Road. Everybody seems to know that as the main one, except if they were to use some of the other routes, they would get in twice as fast.
Particularly around the Maribyrnong Riverside.
Yes, down there, Dynon Road, Macaulay Road, and come in there in Hobson's Road. They would get a quick run, about 10 minutes from the city.
How long have you been covering the traffic out in that area, Inspector?
I have been involved in this traffic and patrol now for about 5 years doing the Melbourne Cup traffic.
Have you seen any unusual things happening?
Many an unusual thing, but not that we can speak about it here.
Inspector, you're talking about the traffic coming into the course. What about when they're leaving tonight?
When we leave tonight, we would like the motorists to leave the same way as they came, and that is use the same